Greetings sailors and welcome back to other Warships, and by far the most disgusting, gross thing I have ever done. Yeah, I did it. I was going to do defense, and defense is still coming, but I got curious and I did have the money available in my business account, so I was like, okay, how much will it set me back if I do this? If I whale, if I go full whale, which I never really have done before. I've obviously bought plenty of things over the years in both World of Tanks and Warships, but to spend as much as I did all at once, it felt gross. I'm gonna be honest, it really did feel quite gross. So, what did I get? Well, I bought this 4 times and 12.5k gold to get the extra year of premium time. All of which set me back, and I've totaled it up, a grand total of £245 and 5 pence. Isn't that disgusting? I don't know how to feel about it, to be quite honest. Like I said, it's gross. It really is gross. And that's the kind of thing that Wargaming wants you to do with the way they've set this up. And even then, that only just gets me the Kitakami. There is yet more beyond that. There is that special camo at the very end, which you need even more to get, because Jesus Christ, Wargaming. Jesus H. Tap Dancing Christ. So this is it. This is happening. So what did I do besides that? Like, that wasn't even enough. The nearly 250 quid I spent by itself was not enough. I still had to grind coal. I still had to reset the Harugumo line twice before I ran out of both credits and free XP. And as was pointed out in the previous video, what would have been cheaper and what I could have done is buy doubloons and convert lots of ship XP to free XP and just reset the Harugumo line over and over again, which, by the way, if you don't know, is still at this point of me recording the cheapest line to reset in terms of then free XPing back up to the tier 10. I could have done that. And even though I've said, yes, this is absolutely disgusting, and it is, and there's no way I would have spent this much if I was just playing the game. So I at least have the excuse of, I'm doing it for my channel to hide behind, I suppose. But I can at least say I got a crap ton of premiums. So out of that nearly 250 quid, the just over £200 that I spent on the boxes, I got, I don't even know how many premium ships, but a bunch. Some of which I never would have bought myself, but, you know, stuff like the Dalian, for example, which I really have no interest in, but it was an extra thing I could get steel from, so it's not completely valueless to me. But some of the premiums that I got, I never would have just gone out and bought them. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some of the premiums, on the other hand, yeah, okay. I am quite happy to have them in my port now. So this way I can at least say I got more value out of it. If I just converted free XP and gone down the research point route, it would have been spending all that money and only getting the Kitakami. And it would have been less money overall, but it still would have felt like a heck of a lot of money just for one ship. Whereas, well, this was multiple things. It wasn't just the premium ships, it was some premium time, some doubloons. Not nearly as much coal as I was hoping, to be honest. This is why I had to go and grind snowflakes for coal as well. And yeah, then there were other things like the signals and whatnot as well. So yeah, overall it's disgusting, but I feel like even though it was disgusting to spend this much at once, this was the more added value proposition way of doing it. It got me more than just the Kitakami, whereas this way would have just gotten me the Kitakami and still would have involved spending way too much money than I was comfortable with. I mean, to put it in some context, the £245 is like, that's not that far off a whole month's Patreon income, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, it's by far the most I've ever spent on any one video, and here we are. Is it going to be worth it? I don't know. I mean, almost certainly, like if I was just thinking of it in terms of just the Kitakami, no, but it's not just the Kitakami. It's still disgusting, though. It's still utterly disgusting. So there we go. Over 900 days. That's what, 960 days, two and something years worth of premium time, and all the coal and what little steel I had left, and the research points, and oh boy. Right, so let's see what this has gotten me. So where are you, Kitakami? Where are you, you disgusting little shit? And even after you do all that, even after you wail that hard, they still only give you an 11-point captain with it. But not that that matters that much these days. So yeah, we are going to go with Yamamoto. Now, he doesn't necessarily have all the cruiser skills for torpedoes. So let's have a look. So we do get the torpedo speed. I have not looked at the stats on this, by the way. We get a choice of 20-kilometer torps, but very stealthy 20-kilometer torps. Good lord! Normally the 20-kilometer torps are by far the least stealthy. But the deep waters. Okay, that explains it. And then we have regular 12 kilometers torps with not that much damage, but they are super fast. And what's the reload like? 81 seconds. So we could reduce that by 8 seconds. I mean, torpedoes are going to be your main thing. The gun armament on this is pretty pathetic. If I remember from playing this previously, basically with the arcs, you can't even get all 4 guns pointed at something at the same time. It's only 3 guns at most. Hit points, terrible, although that's actually more hit points than the Dalian has, I think. The Dalian's like 27,000 and change, which is, yeah, 8.8 concealment, not even that great. The Ferruccio I was playing the other day had 8.6. A couple of people pointed out the T7 Belfasts get to like 8.9, so there are some other reasonably sneaky cruisers at that tier, but still 8.6 is pretty outstanding. But that's a different ship. Is there anything else that really matters on this? Defense, AA defense is nothing. Maneuverability 36 knots, 640. Okay, that's all right. And of course, I actually haven't put equipment on this yet. Right. I barely have enough credits for. I probably don't even have enough credits to fill every slot, to be quite honest. So there we go, 7.9. Okay, that is really quite sneaky. Because, yeah, like I said, resetting the Hirugumo line burned all my free XP that I had, like 1.2 million free XP, and yeah, the credits needed to rebuy the ships, because selling the lines always, you know, you're selling things for half price. You get a big wad of credits, but it's always less than you paid. Right, so what do we right, we want the torpedo tubes modification, obviously. So that's the torpedoes now going even faster. Oh god, this is so disgusting. 95 knots. If I had the credits, I could even put that on, but I don't. And I'm not spending doubloons for credits. I'm not going to sink that low. I have sunk so low, but I'm not going to sink that low. Let's take that because we have it in stock and we can afford that. Right, so we don't even have this fully set up, which, yeah, I mean, it would be a possibility to buy, if I had the coal, the equipment that lets me have longer duration on my exhaust smoke. or possibly longer duration on my engine boost, but I don't have either of those, so that's fine. We do also have repair party. This so far seems, in terms of the consumables, this seems pretty close to what it had last time, but the torpedoes are definitely different. I don't remember having deep water torpedoes last time. And bear in mind when I say last time, you know, the last time I played it, this is like 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. Last time it was floated as a thing that they were going to try out doing. So it's been a while, and it's been just kind of floating around at the back. They're waiting for a reason to pull it out again, I suppose. So this is what we got, and let's see if it's any good. We can't do team damage anymore, of course. That was the thing that stopped it being a thing in the first place, but way back when. But yeah. Now, obviously, I need this to get millions of views, so I get my £245 back from this one video alone. Yeah, that's totally gonna happen. But yeah, let's see what this is like. Let's see how many other filthy whales there are right now. Maybe there were people that just had so much free XP lying around that they were able to just reset the Harugumo line repeatedly, because yeah, that probably, like, without spending any money, if you had sufficient stockpiles, that would be the way to do it, because you could, like, I think it was uncapped in terms of research points, whereas there is a cap of however many percent. What was it, like 16? It was the 960 days anyway. That was the most premium time you could put in. So yeah. Oh man, this is disgusting. I am disgusted at myself, and I did it anyway. That's how little self-respect or anything I have, apparently. Right, we'll start off with the stupid fast ones, I guess. Yeah, okay, these are Asashio deep waters as well. So we can't hit cruisers. So these are the deep waters. It's a bit confusing when you have two types of deep water torps. You've got the Asashio style ones which can't hit cruisers, and then most of them which can hit cruisers. And then your regular torps, which of course are just regular torps. Right, so do I don't like it. This is actually not a good spot for me to spawn, I think, to be honest. Let's speed boost down to the middle. Like, I am not stealthy enough to cap. I'm obviously radio located by somebody, and I could go up here and fling torpedoes down in their cap, but yeah, I don't know if that has a particularly good chance of hitting anything from that particular. Oh, I didn't even notice the loading mechanism is different. Oh, that's wild. So you're loading the tubes like the launchers in the same way that you load tubes on a British ship with the single fire torps. Oh, that's wild. Okay, so it doesn't load them all in parallel, it loads them in serial. So you can't start off with doing a massive spam of torpedoes. Okay, I mean, sure, I can see why they did that. That's definitely different. Should we switch over to the deep waters if we're going to be firing across the cap? It's a pretty short reload for that, so that's fine. So yeah, you load each side's each launcher like it's an individual torp on a British ship. I did not know that. You can show how much. Like, I kind of wanted to go into this not knowing much about it, and not have any kind of too many preconceptions, because I have, like I intimated, played a test version of it previously. But that was a fair while ago. Right, Sashi's just kind of sat back there, a long way away. Is this anything other than a really inefficient destroyer right now? With a lot of torpedoes? No. Not really. Right, that's Seattle's in radar range. We'll help get this cap and then we'll jump out. Because I don't doubt that people will decide they want to focus me quite hard. Okay, oh right, Bismarck just as I swap. Gonna be doing that a lot probably. Right, where are you going, Bismarck? Have to make an awkward turn here. So yeah, you. Oh, hello. I mean, I could fuel smoke, but I don't think that's going to help me too much. It's a good thing that is a very quick. Right, I mean, I'll do it and we'll make him. I've got 5 of them. We'll make him waste a radar. Oh, never mind, he's about to die anyway. Oh, see, I told you they wouldn't like me. I told you. And my word, was I right. Okay. A little bit painful. On the other hand, I've got that nice adrenaline rush bonus going now. I just need to not get spotted again. So what are we down to on our reload now? Just over a minute. Right, there's also a Shenyang down here somewhere. You can, well, obviously, with the 20 kilometers you can stealth torp, but even with the shorter range ones you can stealth torp. Yeah, I don't want to be in the front here. I don't want to be spotting things necessarily. Where do I go? I don't know. This is wild and weird and wacky. Where does one go? If I was in an Asashio, I know what I'd be doing right now, but this thing ain't nearly as stealthy as an Asashio. I can see I'm going to be switching torpedoes a lot. Right, we're up to... I've only got 1 tube per side at the moment. I'll just do a speculative drop through that gap there. Oh, hey, got a torpedo hit on somebody. That is the thing with the 20 kilometers. Sometimes you'll hit things you don't even... Like, they run for such a long time that it's just like, oh, wait, I hit something, but I launched those so long ago. But it doesn't matter, because they hit a thing anyway. Right, are these... Like, these... Even with 12 kilometer torps, they run so fast that I don't... Are those going to intercept in time? I think so. Been a bit cagey, this Moskva. There's a bungo there. I've not encountered too many of them so far. But then I have, I'll be honest, I've been grinding a lot of snowflakes in, just for speed's sake. I've been doing a lot of them in co-op and sometimes operations as well. So yeah, okay. So it's almost, I mean, I guess I'm coming at this from the perspective of having played a bit of World of Tanks over the holiday as well, but it's almost kind of like the Italian autoloader concept in World of Tanks, where you're sort of loading a full clip, as it were, and you have to load the whole lot to begin with to be able to have that burst fire. So yeah, if you want to be able to dump out lots of torpedoes at the same time, you have to be pretty patient to do it, which I'm actually, yeah, I'm okay with them doing it like this, I think. It does require maybe a bit more thought this way. Right, also I've been sitting on the ability to use a heal and just not doing it, which is a bit silly. So yeah, that doesn't necessarily make it the most kind of dynamic ship to play. You're just basically spending your entire time waiting for torpedoes to load. But I mean, how even these days, without team damage, how do you balance a ship like this? Right, let's get some of the fast runners up. Okay, the split is capping. I don't think the Lenin wants to peak, which is probably sensible of them. We are half our team down. I've landed one torpedo hit so far. I get a feeling this is going to be a pretty map-dependent ship, to be honest. Like in terms of whether you're going to have clear lines of sight or not to make the torpedo drops, especially the 20-kilometer torpedoes. Right, this Monmouth's being a bit cheeky. Switch back to the long range ones, the deep waters. See if we can put something over towards that Verdi. There we go. Let's see, they don't do a lot of damage. There isn't really, like, I don't know if you can even... You'd have to sit, like, even with the fastest reload, you would have to sit for such a long time to get all of your torpedoes available, even just on one side. I suppose if you concentrated on, you were just using one side of torpedoes and then you saved the other side up, kind of thing. And then you could just occasionally put out a wall of torpedoes against somebody. Well, maybe experiment with that in the next match, because I don't think this one's going to last too much longer, to be honest. We don't have that many ships left. Oh, right, the Monmouth is down, that's fine. I almost feel like an oversized Benham with all this twirling around I'm doing. In order to drop torps. Man, if I just shelled out money for this alone, I don't think it would have been worth it. And it barely feels worth it with all the premiums I got. And I'm still disgusted with myself. Ugh, right. That Verdi's headed away. The Lenin. Let's try. Hello, Moskva? No, you're not coming this way. Let's stick with the deep waters. That's actually one of the ones I got. It's the Karl Johan. Which, I've played one game in it. It was okay. Right, you're coming into the cap. Just twirling, twirling, twirling towards victory. Yep. There's always a Simpsons quote. If we killed a whole bunch of stuff, maybe we might do this. How's the Duncan doing? He's a bit bracketed there, unfortunately. So this feels more like harassment than anything else. But yeah, we'll definitely try a different strategy in the next game. This might be a bumper edition. We might do like three plays. Gotta keep an eye on the range of that Moskva as well. Right, you're manoeuvring a bit, Bungo. you going to turn or are you going to... I don't know. Let's try some torps there. It looks like it's coming round into the cap. So we're getting a lot of defense points off this cap now that we've taken it. Oh, got a hit on. Oh, that wasn't even like that was into the Musashi. Was I even aiming at the Musashi? I don't think I was even aiming at the Musashi. But I got hit into the Musashi anyway. Right, you're not really coming this direction fast enough. Mine's just kind of chillaxing back there. That's out of range of my regular torps. I mean, it's not impossible that we do this, but no, actually, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Should we go and see if we can take out the Bismarck? North Carolina's hanging on. Yeah, I don't think we really have the health at this point, to be honest. This is looking a bit too dicey. And the Verdi's coming towards the cap as well. Right. Yeah, no, I think we have lost this. I mean, aside from anything else, it's the same as playing any torpedo-dependent ship. It's always going to be a real mixed bag as to whether you actually do manage to get a decent amount of damage or kills or have an impact, because sometimes people just use West attacks and they, you know, they just do all the cheats and West attacks. Right, you came out a bit closer than I was hoping. At the end of the day, you're in a tier 4 cruiser in tier 10, so you know there's that. People are going to want to kill you. This thing comes with a penalty, a tax in that regard. People are absolutely going to be out for your blood. Regardless of the actual effectiveness of this thing, such as its kind of legendary status and reputation. Right, I don't think he's turning in this way. Oh, never mind, we hit 1,000 points. Anyway, never mind. 4 torpedo hits, that wasn't exactly glorious. So yeah, there we go. About halfway up the team. Yeah. Let's try that again. So this time we're contending with some submarines as well. So that's going to be fun, obviously. Only one radar for me to worry about though this time. And again, we've been lucky with there not being any carriers. Carriers are going to be a pain, because you can bet carriers will want to focus this as much as anyone. Oh boy, okay. It's this map again. I mean, we can deal with subs, but unsurprisingly it's depth charges rather than anything more useful. Right, I guess we'll see if we can, like, get torpedoes down there. And we will try that strategy this time. We will try using one side and letting the other side build up, and then we can do a glorious wave of skill at some point. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so I'm starting to get spots. The Petro is actually coming this way. The fact that our subs have both spawned down here makes me think their subs have probably both spawned down here as well. Right, so we're using our port side to begin with, and we're letting our starboard side build up. So we're going to have some trigger discipline, I guess? That's what you'd call it, right? I mean, for submarines, I know at least, I think, do they even today? For a very, very long time, it was literally a trigger they would use to fire the torpedo tubes. So you could sort of accurately say that and be technically correct, the best kind of correct with a submarine. Right, we may get a hit or two here. This Schlieffen seems to be coming across. Looks like we're gonna... Yeah, looks like we're gonna be... Oh no, you've slowed down, that's cheating. You're not allowed to use WAS attacks. Oh, no we're not. Okay, denied. Of course, them being very long-range torpedoes, it gives people a lot of time to manoeuvre when you fire them at longer ranges. Right, so we've got some idea of what is where. Key is turning in. Oh, I really hope that 4501 does not decide to surface. Right, I don't think those are going to do anything, but I have a lot of like everything else is out of range of my shorter range torps at the moment, and I don't want to get too close when I know that the subdivision is there, although one of them is dead. Oh no, we've got the subdivision. I'm getting confused. Right, where is it? Oh no, yeah, there we go, there are sub-torps. So the other sub is here somewhere. I wonder if I could nail the Thunder, although that's a fair ways away. We seem to have a lot of their ships here in a blob, so there's not much point of me really relocating elsewhere on the map. Also getting reasonably close to the Wall of Skill! The question is, which type of torps will I deploy as my Wall of Skill? Oh, there goes the other sub. I think the other team is putting up too much of a fight, to be honest. This is seeming a little bit one-sided. Whereas even the vague possibility me might win before I do any damage. Which would be a little bit sad, but hey, what can you do? Right, so it literally is just the Petro that I would have to worry about at this point. The Lentico's pushing a little... Well, no, it's not pushing, actually. It's just passing through that gap. Never mind. The only real danger now is the Petro firing off radar if I get in range. I didn't actually check which has the higher flooding chance, but I would assume it would be the deep waters. Let's go back to them. Petro is heading away from me, so that's fine. Gotta keep an eye on my, what was it, 7.9. I get too close, that could be a problem. Fire the smoke. Oh, I would have just skirted it as well, never mind. You can never tell. Oh, actually no, the Marseille would have spotted me. Right, Marseille, you're gonna enjoy the Wall of Skill? Maybe? Gosh, that's a lot of torpedoes. Right, 2 hits into the Thunder, so I'm going to have done some damage, that's fine. Or just out of Marseille's range now. I was hoping to Wall of Skill a battleship, but that will have to do. That's going to be a couple of hits. I don't think I'm going to get it with that second wave, but still, I've actually done more damage than last time. He's flooding as well, but I think he's going to get killed before. Yeah. So if you have the patience, you can surprise somebody by doing that, but that's going to take you a fair while, even if you're only withholding one side. It still requires a fair bit of patience. So that was more damage this time, but that was also quite a one-sided game, so yeah, we could have had longer to do stuff if that hadn't been quite so one-sided. So there we go. Better score. I think, was that better XP than last time? But I'm further down the list. Okay. Battle on. Let's do one more. Okay, now things are getting a bit weird. Only one destroyer, one submarine, still no CV. I was sort of hoping for at least one game while I was recording with a CV, so I could share that experience with you, but anyway, I'm going to have to pretend to be a destroyer, maybe. Let's see, Jinan is going to be quite sneaky, but probably not quite as sneaky as, well, no, it won't be quite as sneaky as me. Worcester, obviously radar, Seattle radar. Oh, there are going to be some planes there. There's a Kearsarge, so we'll have the occasional plane experience. Okay, alright. Anyway, this is definitely a better map, though. We have these big, clear north-south lanes for my torpedoes. But of course, people are going to be largely clustered around the islands on this side. We might get some people further back here, though. We'll just try and spot to begin with. I'm not going to rush into the B cap. I'm just going to try and get some spotting. See what we see. Right, so there's the Jinan. That's the first thing that's remotely within range. Well, if they smoke up, they're going to have to sit still, potentially. Thunder and Mecklenburg. Okay, those are, I think, much tastier targets overall. Oh, and there's something in the B cap, but obviously just at the edge. I ain't spotted yet. Right, we cannot Wall of Skill it yet, but we can get... Yeah, let's go for the Thunderer. We can get at least some torpedoes going. Delana's spotted, so probably the Kunming. Or it could be the sub, actually. Or is at least the possibility of it being the sub. I'm going to spread my torps and put a spread out against the Mecklenburg as well. Yeah, that's the Kunming. So that hopefully the Mecklenburg is, like, because once those torps come for the Thunderer, they're presumably, I'm guessing, going to do a little bit of manoeuvring because it's what I would do. But yeah, sometimes splitting your torps like that is beneficial. More likely to get hits, even though repeated hits, you know, you might get flooding or something. Well, if these go under where the Jinan smoke is, actually that'll give a little bit of early warning, which is not necessarily great. Right, so there's the Kunming. Assume I could smoke up and pew pew, but even with a 3-second reload. This is not a ship where firepower is even a realistic consideration. We'll give it a go. Well, like I said, you could literally only use like 3 of your 4 guns. You can't even use all of your guns at once. little bit of time left. Do very well out of our first torp drops. Nice, good job, Delana. I contributed a grand total of 2,000 damage. Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting watching these. You know, clearly I'm not quite playing this at the most effective it could be in terms of its torp reload. But hopefully you're getting some idea of the experience of playing this thing regardless. Right, so we may actually be able to assist in capping. Do I want to try putting some torps out? Now, against that Mecklenburg. We don't have the full wave yet, but let's put out 2 lots. They're just kind of very slowly inching forwards. Is that gonna hit? Or is that gonna just go past the bow? No, that's gonna be a hit. Nice. Yeah, there we go. First torpedo hit. Let's hope there's not a Worcester lurking exactly on the other side of that island with Hydro waiting to pop off. Let's put those other 2 lots of torps out while we're reasonably close. Okay, maybe the Jinan's less sneaky than I thought they were. You're actually... It's not exactly an optimal angle, but... Oh, no, Worcester. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh, God, no. No, 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 no. You were there. Oh, I just caught the edge of his radar. Okay. Whew. Whew. That was a bit... whew. A little bit spicy. A little bit interesting. And not particularly what I wanted. There we go. We're going to get some hits out of that. Just the one, I think. This stationary Mecklenburg is a little too tempting to just ignore. Well, not stationary, but you know, when they're just slowly backing up like that. Right, well, we need the... we absolutely need the cap. Kirsage's planes have just been used, so we don't have to worry about them. In fact, there is the Kirsage. Interesting. Where are you going, buddy? Would be a good one to take out if I could. I could not tell you what this Mecklenburg's plan is, especially. We're actually doing, I think, okay in terms of ships, but yeah, we just didn't really have the caps for a particularly long time, so that obviously can add up. Nice, Delano's going to get some hits there. Not going to be super strong hits, but that was enough of them to make a difference. Unless that was Yoshino torps? No, it couldn't have been from there, surely. No! Stop exploding, you cowards! Right, here come the hairy planes. And as you can see, the actual... Like, you're going to be having to honestly use the the smoke a lot in, and anytime there's aerial spotting to worry about, you're going to have to be using your smoke for that a bunch. Right, I haven't screwed up and I'm going to come out way too close to the Kearsarge. I'm probably going to come out way too close to the Kearsarge, aren't I? Oh, no, no, not way too close, but still uncomfortably close. That was a bad time to suddenly notice the Kearsarge blip. Right, I'm less trying to do a wall of skill in this one. I'm just sort of reverting back to the strategy in the first game of just using the torps. It's still, I mean, it's still a scary amount of torps, but it's more like a destroyer that just has a quick reload rather than constant wall of skill, which is what the old concepts of this ship were like. Right, we got 2 caps, we just now need to somehow hold on to 2 caps. Guesstimating going on there. This Mecklenburg is just super wedded to the bow tanking position. Apparently. See if we can punish that. And then let's throw in a wildcard drop of torpedoes in that direction as well. Yeah, there goes the Montana. Stop exploding, you cowards! Well, we've gone from The Simpsons to Futurama. Right, that's looking good. Nice. It's now flooding and on fire, although we'll see if his DCP comes back. No, he's dead. Okay, excellent. This is why that is not an optimal strategy. Okay! This Venetia's being a bit pushy, as is... Oh, I actually lived long enough for my torpedoes. I think we'll smoke preemptively here. We also have the Mecklenburg coming around. I wish I had eyes on the Mecklenburg, but we're just going to guess. And I'll actually swap as well. Might as well have the higher damage torps. Alright, now you're just now sitting still. Okay. Maybe even reversing. This is winnable. I feel like this is winnable. There we go. Not a huge amount of damage, but damage nonetheless. I don't think those are going to go anywhere near the Mecklenburg, unfortunately. If we get a bit of focus, that would be great. Take out that Venezia, and then I've got a bit more of a free hand with the Mecklenburg. We'll actually prioritise torps for the Mecklenburg there, I think. Right, Thunder, you've actually got a decent amount of health left. Our Kearsarge is half health, but Kearsarge is squishy. Spotted! What did I just spot it? I don't know. Oh, the Azuma. Yeah, this is definitely a much better map to work with for a ship like this. Like, this is going to be highly dependent on... no, let's stick with the battleships. The higher impact targets. Yeah, having the room to manoeuvre, having the lines of sight to drop torpedoes, it does make a difference. I really wish that Venezia was dead though. That would give me more options to work with. Right, Mecklenburg, are you going to clip one of those, or are you going too fast? You might be going too fast. I do kind of need this Venezia to die, and that gives us options for the... Oh, nice! Good kissage. Okay. That was forcing me away from where I wanted to be. Oh, I've got to hit off somebody. I think that will be the Thunderer. Enemy Kearsarge is also super low health. We've both each got a submarine still in play. They actually... Oh no, yeah, of course they lost the Kunming early on. I was there when it happened, Doi. Hopefully this Mecklenburg pushing goes wrong for the Mecklenburg. Their Thunder is still annoyingly healthy though. Right, this is it. This is much more interesting of a game. I actually feel I can do a bit more. Nice, good drop from the Delana there. I'm actually going to give this Delana a compliment. Game's not even over, I'm going to give them a compliment. They have done really quite well. Right, so if we... Oh, it's the last couple of ships now. Yeah, if we pop the Azuma, there's no barrier to us capping. Thunder is still alive. Yoshino's still alive, but not looking healthy. Oh, well, okay. That was an entirely unnecessary drop, as it turned out. Thunder just pressed the delete key. The one thing that, when you're playing this, that you really can't afford to contribute is your hit points. Like, a lot of the time... Yeah, battleships, cruisers, you know, sometimes you're right. You're like, okay, I need to take a hit or two. And that's fine. But, I mean, it's not exclusive to this. There are other high-tier cruisers, like I said, that also have very few hit points and very little armour, and you just can't afford to take any hits at all, because any, especially battleship hit, might just end you. But yeah, this of course just has that added attractor of being, hey, it's that ship, we must kill that ship. Right, so the Gato is down there. Let's get the cap. And then I guess we can hunt a submarine. Not that I desperately want to hunt a submarine, but, you know, that's all there is left to do at this point. I'm guessing these are... Yeah, they are stone drops, okay. I just wanted to check they weren't going to come out at some weird angle, because you never know. I doubt that we're even going to encounter the Gato in time. There's at least a chance they get spotted with the Kearsage's planes up, but maybe they've been really careful and they have sufficient dive time left. So I'm spotted, but we're 10 seconds away from winning this, so it doesn't matter. Oh well, Mr. Submarine gets to live. And there's a win. Oh, there he is. Get a cheeky shot there. So, we won. That was actually a more enjoyable game. Still nothing special though. third place on the team, that was a lot better. Yeah, that Delana really did do very well. And apparently so did our sub. But I'm not complimenting a sub or a Thunderer because I have standards, damn it. I have standards. Actually, no, this video proves I have no standards. I'm a total hypocrite and something. Go to my Patreon page, please. God, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, no, it's disgusting what I've done, and I did genuinely feel quite gross doing it. So, you know, your mileage may vary. I honestly don't think this is a thing people should be going out and doing. But it's your money, I guess. And I can't say I got nothing out of those crates that I bought. It did at least give me a bunch more premium ships that I'll be able to look at for the channel. So, you know, it had value for me. But I still felt incredibly gross doing it. Is it a good ship? No, it's a meme ship. It is incredibly dependent on its torpedoes. And it's incredibly dependent on if you're going to get air spotted or not, and it's incredibly dependent on you know, the quality of other people's play, whether they're taking appropriate evasive action, and it's incredibly dependent on what kind of maps you get given. So it's not going to be a consistent ship at all, and it's also going to be an incredible focus for the entire enemy team, which I guess you could say adds to the challenge of it. I mean, the only thing I can really think to compare this to is the old Waffenträger E100 from World of Tanks, which was, when it was on the tech tree, was just the most hated thing at tier 10, and if one got spotted, it would be insta-focused. But, you know, that thing could delete a mouse, so it was rightly feared and hated. And, well, I don't think this is on the same level of power as the old Waffle E100, but I think people are still going to give it that same amount of focus, so yeah. Yeah, of all the ships in the salvage thing, this is going to be... I don't even know how to conclude this, to be honest. It's going to be the hardest sell, I think, and honestly... I think it's worth being patient. If they're not going to put it on sale for 2 years, then it's probably worth waiting those 2 years, because frankly what they're doing right now is just relying on that FOMO for you to get your wallet out, to wail and just have no shame like I did, and not to feel gross about it afterwards. But they don't care if you feel gross about it or not. They've got your money at that point, so yeah. Anyway, I did it. I did the thing. And now I have to go and have a very long shower. A very, very long shower. Yeah, I don't think it's going to help, though. So if you somehow enjoyed this absolutely disgusting display, then you can do all the usual things down underneath the video. Or use the dislike button. I will fully understand. And of course, as always, stay tuned for more.